I'm Chuck Olenek. I'm a retired history teacher who's also like a reenactor. I'm not in the classroom anymore, so what I've been doing with my free time is I've been exploring California history and roaming up and down the state. And since my buddy and I are headed out to Arizona to meet up with another friend, I decided that I wanted to check out a ghost town called Eagle Mountain. So it's about 70 miles, I think, from Blythe. So it's in the middle of freaking nowhere, and we're gonna go explore. Okay, I was wrong. It's about 54 miles from Blythe and about 159 miles from Pomona, where I live. Two of the early claims in the Eagle Mountains, developed sometime before the turn of the century, had cool names: Iron Chief and the Iron Eagle, which ought to tell you what would end up getting mined there. In the early 1900s, there was a miner, Doffelmeyer by name, who with two partners were working the Iron Chief mine in search of gold, but kept running into hard magnetic clumps they dubbed iron spuds. These were ruining their 5-stamp mill. E.H. Harriman, the financier and railroad executive, he's mentioned in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid as the man whose trains were being robbed by Butch and Sundance, recognized the value of the spuds, bought out the claims, and found himself the owner of a mountain of iron. During World War II, the demand for iron caused increased mining activity, and industrialist Henry John Kaiser founded the town of Eagle Mountain, as he had done outside of Fontana, California in 1942, where he built the West Coast's first fully integrated steel mill and a fully integrated medical care system, Kaiser Permanente. He'd build a town with wide landscape streets lined with over 400 homes, some with as many as 4 bedrooms, 200 trailer spaces, and several boarding houses and dormitories provided living space for Kaiser's itinerant workforce. They were probably coming in maybe from Indio. Other amenities: an auditorium, a park, a shopping center. We'll see the shopping center later. A community swimming pool, lighted tennis courts, and a baseball diamond. Businesses included a bowling alley, 2 gas stations, 8 churches, and 3 schools. The population grew to over 4,000. All this was to work what was soon to become Southern California's largest iron mine. He also purchased defunct railways connecting to the Southern Pacific Railroad by way of a 51-mile-long railroad branch known as the Eagle Mountain Railroad. Ore shipments to the Fontana steel plant began in October of the year he purchased these, and there were like 5 to 8 100-car trains running weekly. In the 1970s, there were increased environmental concerns, and there was also stiff foreign competition, and that led to a reduction in iron output and a drop in the population to a low of 1980 as layoffs began. The grocery store closed in October of 1982, and the post office, which had been active since 1951, closed in 1983. In June of that year, the last official graduating class celebrated their commencement at Eagle Mountain High School, followed by the closing of both the mine and the mill. There were proposals to turn the gigantic 1.5 mile long by half-mile wide open pit mine into a massive high-tech sanitary landfill where trash from Los Angeles would be shipped by train by way of the Eagle Mountain Railroad. That didn't fly. The next chapter was the prison. Eagle Mountain Community Correctional Facility was a privately operated state correctional facility which opened in the converted shopping center in 1988. See, I told you we'd get back to the shopping center. It had a population of 436 low-risk inmates. The prison, by the way, became the area's largest employer. In 2003, a 90-minute riot, which resulted in 2 inmates being stabbed to death and a number really messed up, had to be quelled by state correctional officers from Ironwood and Chuckawalla state prisons over in Blythe, 61 miles away, because of the privately employed guards retreating from the situation. The facility was closed later in 2003. Okay, so how are we going to get there? Hey, it's called Eagle Mountain. Eagle Mountain Road sounds like the right way to go. And then we head north.
North that way?
No, north is to the left, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be the only way, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to Eagle Mountain. Oh, I wonder if this takes us by that burned out gas station and all that stuff.
Oh, maybe. Just keep going straight?
I don't know. No outlet, dead end. Okay.
Okay. Well, which way do we want to go?
Here we go on Eagle Mountain Road. Apparently it's like 6 miles until it turns someplace else. Jesus Christ, no wonder they put a prison out here. Fuck are we going?
The end of the world. The flat earthers are right.
See, this is the kind of country where that guy that built that rocket to prove that the world was flat.
Yeah, right. That's a little bridge.
Huh. Even that's kind of a cool shot right there.
Yeah.
At least we can see that on the way back.
Okay.
Oh.
Security checkpoint ahead. Oh, that's from the prison.
Okay.
Maybe someone did buy it. Persons entering this facility. That's
Okay.
it's just blocked off. So how do you get to the?
Huh.
How do you get to the?
I guess you don't.
Guess you don't. Oh,
Huh.
no, there's another way.
Well,
to
this is
get
kind
there.
of a bust.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, so Eagle Mountain Road, 3 miles to Kaiser Road. Holy crap, where the hell are we? It has me curious about the car and where's the person?
Probably in that little square box.
Dead?
Probably sleeping.
We at least got something out of it, investigating the wooden bridge that had been used by the railway for hauling the 100-car trains of iron ore to Kaiser Steel in Fontana. We guess the deep cut in the hill must have been for the train. Okay, fine. We couldn't go any further in the Mini Cooper. Let's try the Desert Center exit, then to Kaiser Road. So now we're traveling along Kaiser Road, which apparently is the real way in.
Covered the entire town.
Look at this shit. Yeah, this is stuff from the mine, because they had a huge open pit mine.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's just shit.
Yeah. It goes on for a while. It's like a wall, dude. Look at that. This is impressive. You see where the separate dump trucks dumped off the different
Yes.
colors of rock and things.
Oh my God.
That must, the other side of that must be the pit mine.
Yeah. Well, after a wrong turn, shown in light blue, where we went up to a school and an intimidating fence, we turned on the right road, and then we're greeted with this gate. Well, now a private corporation has gone in, purchased the property, and we found out by going up the route through Desert Center and along Kaiser Road, that's fenced off. So much for actually exploring the ghost town. Well, that means I'm going to go find another one to look at. Until the next time, bye.